everybody, me, Irina Kutsenko, and Stars About Stars, we are greeting you. The first astrology-based podcast for love and career seekers. And today we have a very special guest. She has incredible, big blue eyes, incredible, big, wonderful heart, and oh my God, her mind. Every man wants to be on my place. I guarantee you, BECKY Mancini. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, how are you? What an
I'm
introduction.
great.
Thank you. Thank you.
It definitely corresponds to reality.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you know how long I wanted you to be here. So that's my
I
pleasure.
love it.
Finally, this day happened.
Yay. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much.
So excited.
Are you ready for our zodiac journey?
I'm very ready for it. Let's do it.
So as you remember, we are looking for love. Our heart is opened and we have 12 zodiac questions that correspond only to your individual horoscope.
Okay.
And we start with the first one. So, number 1, life path number is 1. These people like to be leaders. They have courage and inspiration, and they are active and creative. They give priority to individual success. As I know, it totally corresponds to the name of your wonderful podcast. Tell us about your podcast and about your professional activity.
Thank you. So my podcast is called Selling Success, formerly known as Single Mom Success. And my career is in real estate. I've had a career in real estate for about 21 years. And I absolutely love it. I have a passion for real estate. I do a lot of commercial real estate and I do residential as well. And I absolutely love it.
Oh my God. So you don't do rentals or include that too?
I do rentals, but very rare. I do majority of, sales.
You know, it's considered that Florida has the most unaffordable real estate market nowadays. Does it relate? Is it true?
It is very true. Florida is probably by far the hottest market in the country right now. And while, we see California and Texas dying off in real estate, Florida has not hit that. We are still hot, but we've always been hot. We've always been a top sales place here because everyone wants to move to Florida. Why not? We live where people vacation. It's beautiful here.
Absolutely. Every day is vacation. But as I know you're from Michigan, tell me please more.
I am.
How it happens? Such a huge difference.
So I moved here when I was about 8 or 9 and my father had a business here. So we moved from our small little town in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm a Midwest girl. I was raised with those Midwest values and he moved us to Boca Raton, Florida. And this is where I've been ever since.
Great people are coming from there. Madonna, Ford, very talented and very successful. And you're one of those.
Thank you.
Another thing that your karma task is to work out qualities of Cancer. What does it mean to be as much as possible family oriented? Tell me, you just mentioned your family values.
Yes.
What does it mean to you?
So I am huge into family values. My kids are my life and I put them first before myself. And every Sunday I get with my family. We have Sunday dinner together and my parents live about 2 miles down the road. My brother lives about a mile down the road. My sisters both live in Florida. So it's like we're a very close-knit family and I cherish family. Like I love the fact of like a husband, a wife and children and that family bond. It's very important to me.
That's cool. So your podcast were a single mom podcast, but you are not the mom of single child. You have more.
Yes. I have 3 children.
Oh my God, you just killed me.
3, yeah.
This
my son is
woman,
20.
She has 3 kids.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I have a 20-year-old son. And then I have 12 and 10-year-old daughters.
That's beautiful. I'm sure that you have something to say and to wish for those women who found themselves in that stressful period of life when you separate with your husband, even he was beautiful and great and everybody has personal reasons and they don't know how to live this life by themselves. Could you give any tips or advices from yourself?
So a lot of people that I know that were in my situation would immediately get with somebody because they need to fill that void, either financially or mentally or physically or whatever it is. And I'm a very independent person. So if I have somebody around me, it's because I choose to have them around, not because I have to have them around. And I feel like when I went through my divorce, it was a very low part of my life. It was very difficult. There were days I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it, financially or I was like, did I make the right decision by leaving my children's father? Am I a horrible human being? So a lot of self-doubt. And I feel like I was very comforted by my decision. Obviously we always have doubts in life, but I almost felt like I knew in my heart that I made the right decision. And I knew that for my kids and for my own mental stability, I knew that I had to get through this. That's why I never really dated. I took time off and I literally spent time with my children and we worked on our own healing first.
Healing solitude, they call it.
So I wanted to heal us first before I jump into the next relationship and make the same mistake again.
Definitely.
So
Becky, you've been probably to date afterwards. Tell me, what is typical scenario for dates nowadays?
So I've just started dating.
That's a good period.
It's very new for me because I've never dated before. So this is all very new to me. And I feel like I haven't found the right one yet that I've wanted to pursue more. You know, I've been on multiple dates and either the guys are like trying to like woo you over like financially, or they want to still mess around because they've never been married and no kids. So they still want to like play around a little bit. So I've literally seen it all. I have not met like the next one that I want to go on a second date with. It's all been first dates. I'm going to be the girl that goes on 50 first dates before she meets her one that she wants to go on a second date with.
You know, I heard of the website where parents with kids, they can date each other. I don't know exactly the name, but my girlfriend said that to me. It's exactly located in Boca in South Florida. But I do believe that you will find your love through Stars About Stars. That's me on my mission here for you.
I'm super excited.
Thank you. And your birthday number is 24th. That corresponds to total kindness. Tell me, please, what are 3 main traits in men that you're looking for?
Patience, communication, and honesty.
Thank you. Your arrow or vision says that you're that type of person who is very generous and perceptive. Probably you have no doubts how to act in different type of situations. What about relationship? Are you a follower? Are you a leader?
It depends on the relationship, to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, I will follow, but then I'm like, I don't like the way you're marching to the beat of the drum. So then I go in the front place and I'm like, follow me. And I like lead by example. I'm like, go this way.
Thank you so much. Your ascendant is in Sagittarius, in spite of your zodiac. So ascendant, it's how people see you, how society sees you. And people with Sagittarius ascendant, they're full of passion and they need to use this energy and enthusiasm they were born with. As well, you have Sun square Uranus that give you aspect of teachers, mentors, and examples to others. I have a question. By chance, did you think about any kind of organization for women who can follow you and your example of success in life?
So funny you mentioned that. So yes, I have. I'm involved with a couple of organizations that I help like single moms purchase properties to know that they're not alone in this crazy world that we live in.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe you could guide me as well. I'm not single mom, but I wish to have my property one day here in
I will
United States
definitely help you.
I'm Ukrainian, you know, I do my first steps and I really appreciate when I do a move in a correct and guide the right people. Be guided by right people.
Awesome.
Sun conjunction moon. This conjunction brings considerable individualism that we already mentioned before. The emotions and feelings, they're in harmony with ego. Did you learn to be free in showing your emotions?
Sometimes. I was taught never to show my emotions as a child. So I've had to learn as an adult that it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to cry. Because growing up, it was like, don't cry, suck it up. So, you know, I've had to like learn to like with my kids even. I used to do the same thing like, oh my gosh, don't cry. And, you know, as an adult, I'm like, okay, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel those emotions. So it's been a learning challenge for me.
What do you think psychologically does prevent people from being themselves?
Society. I think there's a lot of pressure on all of us to be somebody that we're not. And I think we put it on ourselves, really.
Yep, absolutely. You know what this show is about when I came out with the idea is that you could be accepted and loved as you are. Because here we have very true conversation based on numbers and astrology as well. So we open up. Okay, and we continue. Moon square Neptune. It's a great aspect for psychologists. What was the most transformative moment of your life?
When I got pregnant at 19 years old.
Oh, wow. My mother did the same.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know. I don't know if it does correspond to the mentality of United States, but in Eastern Europe, where I came from, it's quite common. It's very natural, but it's quite challenging here, I guess. So
it is not common.
Yep.
You know, it's considered like a teen pregnancy. I got pregnant at 19. I had my son at 20, and it transformed my life. It made me who I am today.
That's great. Thank you so much for that honesty. And what was the most radical decisions in your life? Because I can see that you have very strong aspect of emotional moon and Uranus, planet of changes.
My most radical changes?
Yeah, I'll do that no matter what.
My businesses.
Businesses. So you don't have the only one.
So I've had 3.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Like kids.
Yeah. So that's why it was called Single Mom Success. And that's why I'm saying selling success. I've had 3 very multi-million-dollar companies, very successful companies.
What they were about, if I could ask.
So I had a medical billing company that I started at 24 years old. I have my real estate, and then I did commercial like property management / pressure cleaning with my ex-husband.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very diverse talents.
Very diverse, all 3. But entrepreneur is number 1, and that's what I am.
And you know why? Because you have very strong Mercury, square Jupiter. So this aspect brings extremist thinking. These people are restless and they often move abroad. Tell me, if not United States, I know you're from country number 1 in the world. That's what I consider myself personally, you're from great country. But if not United States, where would you live?
That's a good one. Where would I live other than United States? Probably an island somewhere. Maybe like, I don't know, Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico. I'd probably move to like Bahamas or like St. Thomas or somewhere, a quiet island.
Oh, that's cool. And tell me, if somebody is watching you right now and already is falling in love and wants to be together with you, or at least propose you that, would you move for your beloved one somewhere else?
I would not.
So you're a Florida girl.
Well, I've got my younger kids here, so I'm with them. What happens after they're grown is a different story, but right now I'm with my children.
Thank you. Your Venus is in Capricorn. That is considered to be one of the most faithful one.
Interesting that you say that, because my closest friends are all Capricorn.
Yeah, it's interesting. In astrology, people think that your zodiac tells everything about you. It's not true. It's so many planets with all their personal responsibilities that have their aspects, and their configuration gives you that potential. So your Venus is very faithful. It's in Capricorn, very stable, courageous, for long-lasting relationships. Tell me, please, what a man should do to prove his interest to you.
So I'm old-fashioned. So I want them to make the dinner reservations. I want them to be the one to reach out to call me first and message me first.
I do agree. I love it.
So it's like, I like the little things like that. I want them to check on me and make sure I got home safely. I want somebody to make sure, like, I want somebody to like love me and take care of me and like nurture me and like be there, because I've never had that.
That's great. Even if it was your first husband?
No.
You were very individual, very independent, and probably caring about him.
Yes.
Okay, I understood. When it's square Saturn, people with this aspect, they're very responsible. Here we are, reserved and hesitant, excuse me. Do you have special tricks to check on your date?
I don't go digging for dirt. So I don't look up anybody. So that's just like one thing I do not do, is I don't go looking. I wish I did. Tell me. I would love to look people up, but I just don't.
I never Google nobody.
Me either. I do not.
I try to convince myself I should do that from professional point of view. So because I feel like it's all about energy. I'm old style too.
Me too.
Yeah, especially when it's all about love. You don't Google people. You prefer to trust.
Right, because that's not going to tell you if somebody's going to pull out your chair or not for you, if somebody's going to open up the door for you, if they're going to walk in first. You know what I mean? Like the little things like that I look for.
Do you have any red flag that somebody like does it? Oh, I'm done.
Excessive drinking, gone,
Oh.
done. Smoking cigarettes, done. Don't want
What
it.
about cigars?
If it's not like an every night thing, I can cigars don't bother me because a lot of guys smoke like a cigar very casually.
I ask you for a reason.
Okay.
I have a couple of people in my mind.
Cigars don't bother. It's the cigarette smoking that people take every 15 minutes. It's like, ugh, I can't handle that. Cigars don't bother me.
It's
as
fine.
much.
More about class, at
Right.
least.
But I guess, it doesn't bother me as much.
And do you have special questions that you ask your date, like, I don't know, origin, about kids, about parents?
I usually ask them if they have children, because a lot of men that do not have children cannot understand my situation because I have my kids 100% of the time.
I understand.
And unfortunately, I cannot give myself to somebody that I'm dating that they want if they don't have children. They can't, I had some guy that was like, well, do you want to come over on Thursday night? I'm like, I can't, I have soccer. He's like, do you want to come over on Friday night? I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can come over on Monday night. And he's like, I can't. I'm like, so you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can't like be at their disposal.
So who would be your perfect hero, or somebody with a huge understanding situation about kids and education, or otherwise having kids and having fun together?
I like having fun together. I guess I want like a mixture of both, because you don't know if the kids are even going to like each other or get along, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't even know if that's going to be in the mix of it. So I guess somebody that would understand my circumstance, that they don't have to necessarily have kids, but a lot of the guys that do not have kids are a little selfish, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Because it's like they've never had to think about anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's hard for them sometimes to like think about like, oh my gosh, I've lived my whole life this way. And now I have to like think about somebody.
Yeah, that's always my mom is saying to me, since you got a kid, there is nobody you on the first place. There is somebody else, and you're checking on temperature. Did he or she got home?
Yes.
Did he or she eat? And so on and so on.
Yeah. So I'm always making sure that my children are okay, and that person that's been single for however many years they're alive, they've never had to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just a little challenging, I'm noticing a little bit.
Thank you. And question number 10, when is square Pluto, this aspect manifests itself in a very typical way. These people can both love and hate with the same heart deeply and intensively. Do you believe there is a thin line between love and hate?
I do.
What could turn you forever?
Something could just click and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
So you take decision quite fast, or you can be very patient for a long time,
Yes.
and after, that's it.
Yes. I can be patient for a very long time. And I'm not one to say
I'm
something.
very similar to you.
Yeah, I don't say
I can hear
anything.
your
And then when I'm done, I'm done.
That's it, forever.
Forever.
You never ever in your life got back to a person?
So me and my ex-husband went back and forth for 22 years.
Whew.
But I always knew that we would get back together.
Yep.
This time, I was done.
Yeah, I understand.
I knew that I was done. My kids were done. And when you mess with my kids, there's no turning back.
I'm a happy kid from very happy parenting and family at all. And my parents were very happy together for another 30 years after they separated, and they decided to do the same scheme, come back, try again, and so on. I was the one, even they're both two wonderful people and personalities, as a guys, because they were working together. That's it. Please don't go back, move forward. And they got married at the same year with two different people and got lucky. Yeah. Mars conjunction Saturn. People with this aspect do not like to take risk. So coming back, because we have to take advantage of your knowledge, I'm sorry, give us few tips about investment in real estate right now in Florida.
So right now is a good time to buy because you can, house prices have decreased a little bit. Interest rates are a little bit higher. So if you're getting a mortgage right now, you can obtain a mortgage and refinance in a couple of years. So for me, I almost feel like now is a great time to buy. You're not going against 50 other offers on the table right now. You might just be up against one. So I feel like people that were waiting to buy before that was going up against 50 offers, now is your time. You should not wait.
Thank you so much. And coming back, my final question about you and only you. You told me you passed through transformative moments, very important events of your life. You have 3 kids, you had few businesses, you had that brilliant or successful and unsuccessful but life experience with your husband. Tell me, please, what was the thing that you admit first that change you completely, not event, but characteristic. So I was too kind or too open and I became reserved. I was this, I became that. What would you admit?
So I was very submissive in my marriage, but very dominating in my business.
Yep.
So I said, I will never be submissive again. And I said, I will never be that person ever again. And I decided that I'm going to be dominating both. I know what I want in a relationship and I'm not sacrificing for anything.
Becky, thank you so much for that life-changing and very open and very honest conversation. That was wonderful. And I was very happy to have you here. Tell me, please, how our followers can find you.
So I'm more of a Facebook girl. I'm older. Perfect. So my name is Becky Mancini. And then I'm also on Instagram. And then you can follow me on my podcast at Selling Success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. And you can follow us in our podcast, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Stars About Stars. Otherwise, YouTube. And join our subscribers, Stars About Stars as well, and other our social links with the same name in Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and website www.starsabouttstars.com. Please subscribe, follow us, and for those who want discount for my individual sessions for relationship or astrology issues, please visit my website and use our promo code SPRING23. Thank you.